While we wait with bated breath for the June 30th release of Eclipse, the third film in the Twilight Saga franchise, let's take an in-depth look from A to Z at the many elements in this series that truly dazzle us. Warning, spoilers everywhere. A is for Alice, the sprightly, spiky-haired Cullen sister whose special vampire gift is her ability to see the future. She can tell you when to skip biology class, blood typing day, and let you know that your boyfriend is en route to Italy to request a decapitation. The only thing this fashion maven is blind to is the wolves. This explains how she saw Bella's cliff dive, but entirely missed the part when Jacob pulls her out of the water. Alice's mate is Jasper Hale, the blonde southerner who is constantly trying not to fall off the vegetarian vampire wagon. B is for Bella Swan, the center of the Twilight stories. Many humans at school try to be her friend, but she prefers the supernatural kids, not the cool kids. A true danger magnet, the clumsy and awkward Bella is constantly in mortal peril. Fortunately, her uber-protective boyfriend, Edward Cullen, and her seriously hot, at 108.9 degrees, best friend, Jacob Black, have rather unnatural abilities to help keep her alive. Edward is a vampire and Jacob is a shape-shifting werewolf. Her number one desire is to become a vampire and spend eternity with Edward, but he does not want to destroy her soul. The love triangle that develops between Edward, Bella, and Jacob is an angst-filled, highly dramatic, swoon-inducing romance. C is for Coven, a group of 3 or more vampires that live together. The Cullen family is a coven of vampires who live amongst humans and do not harm them. They drink the blood of animals instead. The bodacious Denali Coven in Alaska, whom the Cullens think of as extended family, are also vegetarian vampires. The largest and most powerful coven in the vampire world is the Volturi, who ruthlessly enforce the laws of the vampire world. Headed up by Arrow, they are regarded as royalty and have existed for over 3,000 years. D is for death, because you cannot have a proper story about vampires without a lot of death involved. In Twilight, James and his nomadic coven killed several humans before he set his sights on Bella. He was eventually killed by the Cullens. In New Moon, Edward's mistaken notion that Bella had killed herself set him off to attempt ending his life at the hands of the Volturi. The Wolf Pack disposed of Laurent, one of the vampires in James's trio, while keeping Bella from becoming his next meal. In Eclipse, there are many human deaths as Victoria murders innocents throughout Seattle. E is for Edward Cullen, the beautiful, velvet-voiced, and permanently 17-year-old vampire that Bella Swan is unconditionally and irrevocably in love with. This is the guy that makes human boyfriends and husbands seem inadequate. Born Edward Anthony Mason in 1901, he was changed into a vampire in 1918. In over a century, Bella is the only unreadable mind that Edward has come across. He eventually overcomes his desire to drink her blood, which sings to him. His love for her is so all-consuming that he makes the ultimate sacrifice, leaving her in New Moon, so she could have a normal human life. In Eclipse, their dramatic relationship continues as Bella eventually becomes his fiancée. F is for Forks, Washington, the perpetually wet and overcast small town on Washington State's Olympic Peninsula where the Twilight Saga takes place. Bella leaves her mom in hot, dry Phoenix and moves in with her dad, Charlie Swan, the Forks chief of police. Forks High School is where Bella first meets Edward in the biology class where he fought every dead cell in his body to keep from draining her. He didn't save her from being killed by a van in the school parking lot. The Twilight phenomenon has put this tiny logging town on the map. Twi-tourism has increased in leaps and bounds, and the town even has its own documentary, Twilight in Forks. G is for gifts. While all vampires have incredible speed and strength, keen senses, and immortality, some vampires have special gifts or powers that elevate them above the rest. Among the Cullens, Edward can read minds, Alice can see the future, and Jasper can feel and affect the emotions of others. James had the special ability of tracking, while Victoria is gifted with an uncanny sense of escape. The Volturi Coven had several gifted members. Arrow could see a person's entire mind just by touching them. Alec could paralyze one's senses, and Jane could project the illusion of incredible pain. H is for humans, the regular people in the Twilight world who have no idea that they are surrounded by supernatural creatures. Bella's parents, the townspeople of Forks, the staff at the high school, and Bella's small circle of friends, Mike Newton, Jessica Stanley, Eric Yorkie, and Angela Weber. These normal, edible humans live a carefree existence, ignorant to the dangers that lurk around every corner. Only the quilly humans, wolves and non-wolves alike, know what's really going on. I is for imprinting, an involuntary reaction from a werewolf wherein they literally see their soulmate and become permanently bonded and committed to that person for life. One can imprint on another person, and age apparently doesn't matter. Sam Yulee imprinted on Emily, Quill on Claire, and Jacob on, well, you'll see. J is for Jacob Black, the quilly boy with whom Bella once made mud pies, but whom is now her best friend and hopelessly in love with her. Jacob's werewolf gene is activated in New Moon, and his new shapeshifter status helps him, along with the wolf pack, keep Bella safe from the murderous Victoria. Jacob is the one who tells Bella about the cold ones and is the only sunshine in Bella's dark, sad life after Edward and the Cullens leave her. In Eclipse, Jacob is livid that Bella has chosen to become a vampire, and his and Bella's attempts to stay friends make Edward jealous, causing his protective nature to go into overdrive.